While you guys are working on your daily grammar, our question today is, would you rather eat only sweets for the rest of your life or only spicy food for the rest of your life? Okay? We've got 5 minutes. Make sure that you're writing down the question and the answer for our grammar. Okay? Jackson. Hudson.
Spicy.
Okay. Ty.
Spicy.
Lainey. Josiah.
Spicy.
Raven.
Spicy because you wouldn't have a very long life if you chose sweet.
That's fair. That's fair. Bryce.
Prove it.
Jasmine.
Spicy.
Brock.
Is there a savory?
I guess spicy is kind of savory. Okay. Beckett.
Sweets would kill you, so spicy.
Okay. Ashton.
Spicy.
Okay. Mason.
Spicy.
Okay. Tayton.
It kind of depends on how spicy.
So spicy.
Yeah.
Okay. Jackson. Okay. Avery. Okay. Babita.
Spicy.
Marika.
Spicy.
Reese.
Spicy.
Riley.
I'd say spicy.
Okay. Naomi.
Spicy.
Okay. Luke. Isaac.
Probably sweet.
Okay. Remy. Okay. Paige.
Spicy.
Okay. Cooper. What you thinking, Cooper?
Spicy.
Okay. And Ari. Okay. Anyone want to take a guess on mine? Spicy or sweet?
It's sweet.
It is sweet. It is sweet.
Yeah.
I don't like spicy food.
It's either you're diabetic or you have bad cheeseburgers.
That's fair. All right, guys. So we've got about 3 minutes left. Make sure that we are writing in our notebook or journal the question for our grammar and the answer.
No, I have one. I can't find it. I found it.
not going to do basketball shots, but we'll do a wild card if we get all of them right. So at least this is guaranteed we'll get points, right? Basketball shots, I know sometimes we don't make them. So we are going to do a wild card, but that's only if we get 1 through 5 all correct, okay? Our first one's going to go to, shuffle it a little bit. Naomi. Naomi, number 1, identify the underlined portion as a phrase or clause. Remember, we've gone over phrases and clauses this week. So I went to the store and they were out of milk. B, clause. Give a thumbs up if you agree. Is that a clause? Is, yes.
I knew it.
What is a clause? Why is this a clause? We've gone over clauses, Davida? Perfect, yes, it has a subject and a predicate, absolutely. Okay, number 2 is going to go to Luke. Correct the misplaced modifier by rewriting the sentence below. Now, we have not gone over misplaced modifiers. All misplaced modifier means a modifier is any word that adds information for a noun or a verb, okay? If it's misplaced, it means it's in the wrong spot. It's no longer attached to that noun or that verb that it's helping, okay? So, the broken girl's glasses were causing a problem.
Girls.
Okay, so what are we wanting to move around? How can we rewrite it? The broken girl's glasses?
Oh,
So
it's asking
we're not taking away apostrophes. Yeah, something's misplaced, so we want to move it back to where it goes. You can. So we have the broken girl's glasses were causing a problem.
Oh.
We want to move something around here. Luke, do you want to phone somebody? Yep.
Switch broken and girls.
Okay. So then we have the girls, still keeping that apostrophe, right? The girls' broken glasses. And I'm just going to put dot, dot, dot. You guys can finish that sentence. So in this case, what was the misplaced word? So broken is the modifier there, right? So right now, broken is describing the girl, but we need broken to describe what? The glasses. Does that make sense? So it's been misplaced. Now we have a broken girl instead of broken glasses. It's modifying the wrong noun, okay? So again, if we don't know things like a modifier, you might want to, in your notes right now, define it. Misplaced modifier is something describing a noun or verb in the wrong place.
Is that not the correct answer for the?
Oh,
Yes, I count that as correct.
why do we need the apostrophe in girls?
Because whose broken glasses are they?
The girls.
They're the girls. So we keep that apostrophe because it's possessive.
The girl is, but
Nope.
did you put the apostrophe in just?
That would no longer be possessive, right? So
No, I know
apostrophe
it
has
would be
a
possessive, but I mean, the apostrophe, because if you put like, the girl is, but shortened it, it would be the same.
That'd be the wrong apostrophe S. So we're not saying the girl is broken glasses.
Yeah, but that's confusing.
I know, it's a grammar thing though. Okay, Remy, number 3. Which choice best completes the analogy? We've gone over analogies quite a bit. So we've got cereal is to milk as pancake is to syrup. Yes. So it is A, syrup. Okay, number 4 is going to go to Bavita. Which sentence construction makes up a complex sentence? Now, we have not gone over this yet, right? So this is just our best guess based on what we know from 7th grade. That is a good guess. Again, we haven't gone over this yet. No, we got it? C? It is C.
Sorry, I misread.
They're really close together, right? Yes. So a complex sentence. We want to make sure, once again, you're not just writing number 4 is C. You want to define in your notes right now, complex sentence means one independent clause, one dependent clause. Does anyone remember what an independent clause means? Yeah.
It can stand on its own.
Absolutely. Independent clauses means it is independent, it can stand alone as its own sentence. Dependent clause, though, cannot stand alone, right? It has to be attached to an independent clause, okay? So, good animosity towards my ex-friend? Give a thumbs up if we think it is correct. Yes, it is.
Wow.
So based on the definition, strong hostility, a lot of times we're going to experience hostility towards an ex-friend, right? Okay, make sure that we have this written down. This is all that we're going to do for our grammar portion of today. And now remember, we're kind of going to be reviewing this paragraph. We finished our chapter yesterday, but also today we're switching our brains to informational text as well, okay? So keep that in mind. Hopefully we did all of our annotations yesterday when we finished the chapter, but we are going to take a second to go over those first. Huh? Yes, so we're going over those. Oh yes, thank you, Beckett. Wild card. I'll draw a name. We're manifesting an ace, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Marika. Can we have like a drum roll, Okay, 5 points. Beckett, you got 5 points.
I will.
Okay. So, we're going to go over our annotations that we already put on chapter 3. So remember, this is us talking about what were the characters, what was the conflict, details, mood and tone, and you should have annotated this yesterday with those symbols and notes within your chapters. But if you were missing anything, now's our chance to go over it yesterday.
Can I use the bathroom?
Let's do annotations and yes, okay? So hold that up for 1 second. Okay, characters. First of all, who's our main character?
Jacob.
Jacob. So you should have already written this down in your book. But if you didn't, now's the chance to kind of go back and add things if we need to. So this is just us kind of discussing it. So Jacob's our main character. Are there any other characters just in chapter 3? Olivia? Dylan? Dylan has a friend. He's got a funny name. Isaac? Worm. And then Kev. Okay. Who does Jacob travel with? His dad. Any other characters, or are these pretty much all?
Mom.
Well, your mom's not in it.
There's the fish guy.
Yeah, the fishmonger guy.
Who's the guy who was yelling in the phone call?
That's Kevin.
Oh, that's.
Okay, so these are our characters. Key plot details. What are some important things just in chapter 3 that happened, Beckett?
They got off the island and I realized it's like wonky and weird and stuff.
Okay, so they do go to the island. That's important.
Yeah.
What else, Marika?
He found a house.
Okay, so he found the house. Now, at the end of the chapter, what was super important though about that house? Isaac? Yep. Was that what he thought would happen?
No.
Who was he hoping to meet?
Aaron.
Aaron. Okay. Yes, Becky.
I don't know if there's like a key detail, but like there's only one phone on the island.
Oh, yeah, I would say that's important. Like, it's super isolated, right? So no Wi-Fi, one phone, right? Can you imagine?
How would they live?
We wouldn't survive. Okay, conflict. There's not a whole lot of conflicts in this chapter, but remember, internal conflict is what we feel on the inside, right? Is there a part in this chapter where Jacob experiences something on the inside? He has like conflicting feelings. Yeah.
When he doesn't like when Dylan or
Kind of X.
Okay, yeah. So internal. Jacob gets pranked and that upsets him, right? Okay. What else? Especially at the end of the chapter, there's something big that kind of happens internally for him. Jasmine?
Like when he thought he would find his cousin and he didn't.
Absolutely. How does he the mood and tone, what's happening at the end here. Yeah.
Scary.
Scary, why? What is scary? The house. How is the house described that makes it this scary tone?
Old, like abandoned.
It's old. What are some other words we could use for the mood and tone? We can just say them. We've got old, creepy, dark.
Abandoned. No, that's not really.
Old,
Haunted.
dark,
Haunted.
creepy. It feels haunted.
Yeah.
Feels haunted.
Like scary.
That kind of falls creepy.
Like the vines and like stuff for like taking over the house. Like
Yes.
That's like run down.
He describes the vines as like tentacles, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Good word choice there. Okay. So yeah, the mood and tone gets really creepy, especially at the end. He's really freaked out. It was not what he expected, right? Okay. Inferences or foreshadowing. Yes. Ooh, okay. So we're inferring maybe the monsters destroy the house. That's a good guess. Did anyone have another like inference, like a guess for next chapter, Marika?
Maybe it's like about fake house or real house somewhere.
Ooh, fake or decoy house. Maybe. Okay, and then we'll do one more, Naomi.
I'm kind of similar to fake or decoy house. What if there's like a secret like room or whatever like in the house?
Oh, okay. Secret room, maybe like a secret door, right? Kind of a Narnia thing. Maybe. Oh, maybe back in time. We got time travel. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to setting. We're moving on to setting. What are some settings just in chapter 3? Yes, please.
just the island.
Okay, so they do go to the islands. I'm gonna spell it wrong probably, but it's Cairnholm. Yes. The inn. Does anyone remember what the inn is called? Oh, Riley, go listen to your second tell. Sophia? Yes. Okay, so the priest hole inn, and then another setting that's kind of super important in the chapter. Okay, so he does go to the fishmonger place. Isaac? Miss Peregrine's home, right? And we can say the fishmonger place. He just visit there. Okay. So hopefully we already had annotations similar to this throughout our chapter, right? The priest hole inn. Does anyone remember why it is called the priest hole inn? Jackson?
When the Catholics or Presbyterians they would like hide them in holes or something.
Yes, yes. So that is actually a real fact that happened around like the 15 and 1600s. There are legitimate priest holes at inns like this, also really old homes and manors, right? So that kind of leads into what we're going to be reading about today. Beckett, we have another comment or question?
Yeah, like so when they explained like the island, it seems like when I envisioned it in my head, I didn't think of like a sunny area with like flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
I assumed it like foggy.
Yes. They described like it's got bogs, it's really foggy. This isn't an island like Hawaii, right? This is like a European island, very, very cold waters, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Over in like the Isles.
So it's close to Wales. So remember they're Welsh there. Okay, I'm gonna erase this. Hopefully we already had this in our chapter, but today we are kind of flipping in our brains back to informational text, and we are gonna learn about priest holes. Because they did exist. They were a thing. Which I know when you're reading it, or at least when I read this book for the first time, I read priest hole and I thought that is so random, right? It's such a random little fact to put in there. It sounds random, but it is a legit part of our history, especially in Europe. So when we're reading about priestholes today, we are focusing on central idea. Based on our kind of knowledge checks the past two texts, a lot of us are still struggling with finding that central idea. We want to make sure it's not a specific detail in the text, not just a random fact, and it's not an overly broad statement, but underneath your grammar, I want you to write what a central idea is, okay? Someone read our definition, please. So it's up here, it's underlined. Isaac.
Central idea is the main point the author would say about a topic.
And then what's in parentheses here?
Think about it.
Okay, I want us to think about when we're writing our own essays, or whenever we're writing those CERs that I know we love so much. We have to give a claim, right? That is the main point about what we're writing about. So that is our central idea. Remy, do you need to water?
Joey's got the water.
So water's a problem. Below central idea, you are also going to write supporting details. You can paraphrase the definition for supporting details. I know it's a little long, precise.
Now can I use the bathroom?
Yes, ma'am. Someone read our definition, please, for supporting details. Thank you, Brian.
Supporting details are facts and reasons the author uses to form their central idea. Think about evidence, for example.
Perfect. So you're going to write central idea and supporting details right under your grammar. As soon as you have that written, put our pencils down. Okay?
Wait, what is that?
What's underlined?
This?
Two sentences. Yes. What is underlined? While you guys are writing that, I am going to pass out the article that we're going to be reading, where we are focusing on finding that central idea and our supporting details there. Okay, remember, as soon as you're done writing, put your pencil down, so that's when we're ready to move on. Yes, that is yours. Okay, so while we're finishing up those two terms that we're defining, some of us are still writing, I need someone to please read in the red box on the whiteboard. It's over there in the red top left corner. What are our two objectives? Reese?
I can determine the central idea of the text. I can analyze key plot details within the helper text.
Perfect. So we're going to annotate these informational texts very similar to the way we have been annotating, right? But I want us to keep in the back of our head, what is the central idea of the text? And we're annotating specifically key details that help support that main idea, right? So we know we're reading about priestholes. Are we going to read every single fact ever about priestholes? No, right? It's a front and back article. The author, Ben Johnson, intentionally focuses on certain aspects of the priestholes, right? So that's what you're going to keep in mind. And we are reading these with a group annotating activity, okay? So I think everybody looks like they're done writing. We'll move on. So our jobs when we're annotating, you all have your own text and you are all in charge of your own annotations. But you're gonna have jobs to keep our group on track. Okay, so you're in charge of making sure that your group members are annotating a certain aspect of the text, okay? Our objective as a team, so as a group, and I know I have my group of 2, we'll like combine, okay? Our team objectives, read the article, obviously, we've gotta read it. Annotate the article, like we've done before. We're finding vocabulary words. These are words specifically that we don't already know, or words that are specific to preschools, right? Terms, terminology. And then making connections to the novel. So we know they mentioned preschools in chapter 3, right? Your roles. You guys are picking who does what, but everyone will have a job, okay? The content connector. You go first. So your main role here is going to be first. Your task is to connect the information from the article to the book. And it'll say on your job that I'm going to pass out here in a second, you're going to find the part in the novel that talks about preschools. And anytime throughout the article when you think information connects to that part, you're going to remind your group, hey, maybe we should annotate about this, right? Remember this part from the book, okay? So that's the content connector. You're connecting it to our novel. The word wrangler, you're our vocab guy, okay? Your task is to lead your group in finding unknown words using word attack skills. So this means you're not Googling it first. First, you said, what's the context? What do we maybe guess that the word is? Then you can look up the word. There is only one group member that should have a Chromebook open to look up words, and that is our word wrangler, okay? So your job, anytime your group sees a word, you're gonna look it up and write it down. But everyone writes down that word. Everyone writes down the definition. The word wrangler is just leading it. Does that make sense? Everyone writes down connections to the novel, but the content connector leads it, okay? The reader leader, your job is to make sure that everyone in your group reads at least once, and the reading is even. Don't let someone hog the reading, but also don't let someone slip between the cracks and not read at all, okay? So you're gonna take turns. Your job as the reader leader is also voice level. If someone in your group is reading too loud, you're gonna be like, hey, shh, bring it down, right? Reader leader. The note-taking ninja. Note-taking ninja, you will lead your group with annotations and notes that focus on that central idea. If you see a part in the article that you think, oh, hey, this is a really important fact, you're gonna make sure that everyone has that, okay? Now, just so that we're sure here, the word wrangler, their paper is not just gonna be full of vocab. They are just in charge of reminding the group, this is a vocab word we should all write down, okay? The reader leader is not the only one reading. They're making sure everyone is reading. The note-taking ninja is not the only one taking notes. They're making sure we take important notes, okay? Any questions about these jobs? No? Okay, eyes up here, please. Losing some eyes. Before we get started, other important notes here. Our capybara is reminding us, you will fill out a little form with your job that says, first of all, did everyone in your group participate? Second of all, did you make sure you did the job as the word wrangler for the content connector, and how? Okay? So, you can't pick a job and then just not do anything, right? Everyone is going to be filling out whether or not everyone participates. Okay? So there's no more letting one group member do all the work, right? Okay, take about 30 seconds, pick which job you want in your group, okay? what your job is, right? So I'll go around and pass those out. You are in charge, though, of all of your annotations, right, for your paper. This is going to help you for your analysis. It's going to help you for a knowledge check later. Do not just annotate your job. Your job is to make sure your whole group does it, okay? Okay, go ahead and get started. I will pass out your group forms as we're working.
Alright, guys. I'm speaking. I'm just making
Okay, so you're going to make sure we're all
Oh. No, actually, we gotta go clockwise to do with this I ran 16
Okay, who's our reader leader here? Okay, so Josiah's getting
Wait, so I think I annotated that.
A little louder, please. A little louder. Please.
Mary, come back into the guy.
Yeah, you all have to hear us.
No, I accidentally my colors. I'm just
Speak up in a normal tone. Normal.
You're gonna highlight how very important, but you're gonna help your team have a deposit. Okay, so it's good area would be
Thanks for messing around and being on my feet. No, he's talking like a baby. He's so weird on my feet.
okay, so maybe like 2
Oh, no, it's just taking on
just highlight
Yeah, so it could be like protest against Catholic churches.
Hey, I'll go with you.
England, King Henry the Eighth sought an annulment of his marriage to his brother to a Catholic arrogant, who had then became when the third of these split from the Catholic Church and founded the Church of England. After he died, he was succeeded by his son Edward the Sixth. During a short reign, wrote the book of Common Prayer and the uniformity of worship of her kingdom into a private state. Edward was succeeded by his half-sister Mary, who dismissed back from the Catholic Church.
Hiding place.
Those who refused to give up their Protestant burning areas became bloody. Would it also be uniformity? You can just go come down or be back later. You only have 3 minutes. How's it going, Maja?
it's easy, it's not even
Oh, on the highlight sheet.
Jackie, go ahead.
I mean, it is because it's
Meanwhile, the priest hunted
extended purpose. Like actually it's really good. That was the thing I was just on your article and on your reflection form. We will be finishing this at the beginning of class tomorrow, okay? I know some of us were reading the whole thing and then going back and annotating. Some of us were kind of taking turns. It looked